In response to the complaints about the high cost of gas in the archipelago, the representative to the chamber, Elizabeth J. Pang, and the Vice Minister of Mines and Energy spoke out.
Due to an increase in propane gas prices in the department, a situation that has triggered dissatisfaction among citizens, the representative to the chamber, Elizabeth J. Pang, spoke with the Deputy Minister of Mines and Energy, Miguel Lotero, on the situation to find an alternative in order to alleviate the pockets of the islanders.
We
had a dialogue with the Vice Minister of Energy, Miguel Lotero. He told me that a resolution is already in place and which alleviates the situation that the country is going through, especially the archipelago of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina, regarding the cost of fuel or propane gas or liquid gas. Provigas should be adopting this new measure determined by the Ministry of Energy to alleviate the cost of propane gas starting this week.
The Vice Minister of Mines and Energy explained the reason for the increase of gas in the country and also announced measures to avoid affecting the economy of Colombians.
Desde el Ministerio de Minas y Energía y a través de la CREG hemos...
From the Ministry of Mines and Energy through the GREG, we have taken strong actions to mitigate the effects that have been seen recently in the prices of IPG. These increases have been given by the increase in the exchange rate and the increase of some components that physically make up the IPG and that has a high international price at this time. The Ministry of Mines and Energy and the GREG have taken a decision for Ecopetrol to offer its wholesale distributors a more stable price.
The community of the archipelago has indicated that at this time, when the island economy is recovering from the COVID-19 pandemic and hurricanes Eta and Iota, high gas prices are another blow to their pockets.
In the media and social networks, controversy has arisen around the 100 days plan of reconstruction set by President Duque. During an interview on national media, the president denied having promised the reconstruction of Old Providence and Santa Catalina in 100 days.
Yo no dije reconstrucción nunca en 100 días.
I never said reconstruction in 100 days. I spoke of Plan 100. What did the Plan 100 contemplate? Removal of debris, re-establishment of services, and the beginning of the reconstruction of homes.
During an interview on national media, the president denied having promised the reconstruction of Old Providence and Catalina in 100 days. These were the words of the President of the Republic during an interview with the national media. The President of the country assured that he had not stated that he will rebuild the municipality in 100 or less than 100 days. However, during an interview one day after the natural phenomenon hit the island on November 17 of 2020, an interview with FM Radio Duque stated that the plan for the reconstruction of Old Providence will be done in less than 100 days.
Con el equipo que ustedes ven acá, con la gerencia.
The important thing is to arrive quickly with all the humanitarian aid, and as I have told the team, we are going to put a plan for the reconstruction of Old Providence to do it as fast as possible in less than 100 days.
This affirmation was also supported by Susana Correa, who at the time was appointed as the general manager for the reconstruction of San Andres Providence and Catalina of November 20 of 2020.
El presidente ha nombrado este plan de reconstrucción.
The president has named this plan for the reconstruction of the archipelago of San Andres, Old Providence, and Santa Catalina as the Plan 100. Therefore, we have 100 days after these first 10. It was also initially stated that Plan 100 did not include the removal of debris and other works that were being done in the past.
Lo importante es llegar rápidamente con toda la ayuda humanitaria.
With the team that you see here, with the management, we are in the process of delivering humanitarian aid, removing debris, cleaning and implementing the Plan 100.
As of September 7th of 2021, 9 months after the Hurricane Iota, the municipality of Old Providence and Catalina has not yet been rebuilt.
And the Raizal Council, one voice, one people, one territory, invites all Raizal to attend the proclamation and declaration of ancestral territory of the archipelago.
An invitation to our Raizal organization, fishermen, spiritual leaders, and the community in general is made to proclaim before the United Nations the respect for the territorial rights of the Raizal people. This invitation was made by the Raizal Council for September 17 at the Coral Palace.
We want to get to our people, that let our people know that this is our ancestral territory.
And this ancestral territory gives us the right to self-determination and autonomy in our territory. Due to the fact of the different political, I would say political public policy front of the island, we, the Raizal people, do not have no right because the state excludes us out of everything that have to take decision on this our territory.
Livingston described as ancestral territory both the mainland and all the maritime areas of the archipelago.
We are sending these documents to the international community, especially the Organization of American States, to the United Nations, to the Inter-American Commission of Human Rights, to the High Commission of Human Rights, for them to let them know that we are still alive, that we are awake, and we decide to start a struggle with the state around our ancestral territory.
In the same way, it is intended to give recognition to the Raizal Statute and to safeguard the rest of the territory that remains after the 2012 ruling.
And an agreement was signed in the islands for the reactivation of businesses and enterprises in the department.
Social Prosperity and the Chamber of Commerce of San Andres signed an agreement for the development of the program My Business and Collective Entrepreneurship in the department. With this initiative, they expect to link 600 people with businesses, units, and 28 collective-type organizations that lost their capital due to the crisis caused by the sanitary emergency and later by Hurricane Iota.
The agreement seeks to strengthen and economically reactivate the department through the people who were exercising some activity in the department, either informally or through the 28 associations that exist in San Andres and Old Providence. It is expected to benefit at least 600 beneficiaries and 14 productive associations in Providence and 14 in San Andres. Among all the benefits is the plan for strengthening and business growth, which will be reactivated through some follow-ups that we will make during these months of the year.
The agreement contemplates an investment of $5,547,533,000, of which Social Prosperity contributes to 91.1% and the Chamber of Commerce 8.1%. This will provide equipment, tools, and supplies to the participants, also contributing to reactivation. The agreement has already contemplated the preparation stage and started training and strengthening stage with workshops in which information is provided to achieve the sustainability of the initiatives. The entire execution will last 6 months.
And the Maritime Authority in the department indicated that it will continue to monitor the oceanic and atmospheric conditions of the Caribbean Sea in order to inform in a timely manner the changes that may affect the maritime gale and the community. So far, conditions are favorable for the exercise of maritime activities.
According to the permanent monitoring and analysis of these ocean atmospheric conditions, the Port Captaincy of San Andres reported that during the next 5 days there will be occasional rains during the early morning and early afternoon, which according to the Port Captain Rodrigo Quintero is within the normal range during the current rainy season.
It means that during the morning and in the afternoon before 3 o'clock we will have a favorable conditions for the exercise of tourist activities at sea. It is important to highlight that the Port Captaincy daily makes an analysis and an evaluation of the meteor-marine conditions through a whole study and an installed capacity that the CIOH has to be able to run models that allow us to forecast the meteor-marine conditions.
At the moment, there is no alert for rough seas or restriction to vessels.
For these days, we have winds of up to 20 knots and some gusts of up to 25 knots, but that is nothing to worry about. These are normal wind data for the rainy season, and the swell of up to 1.5 meters high can reach 2 meters. But as I said, in the morning hours, after 8 and until 3, 4 in the morning, we will have favorable conditions for the exercise of the tourist activity at sea.
The Maritime Authority will continue to monitor the evolution of navigability conditions, and any change or restriction that may arise will be reported in order to adopt the necessary measures, guaranteeing integral maritime safety in the archipelago. For the time being, in spite of the rains, conditions are favorable.
And today in the Little Hills sector, the organization Techo Colombia delivered a house that was built in record time for a person who lives in vulnerable conditions in this sector.
The organization arrived last Friday to the island with materials to build the new house of Mr. Yadira Garcia, who for years did not have a decent roof to live under. With the support of volunteers from the organization Techo Colombia, the new house was built.
Digamos que el proceso de construcción comenzó con el pilotaje, que es como empiezan todas las viviendas.
Let's say that the construction process began with the piling, which is how all the houses built by Techo Colombia start. This house, being progressive, had a total of 20 piles which had to be cemented. This foundation was a one-day job, so this construction was done in record time, because normally this piling takes time. But with the help of the Army soldiers, we were able to finish this foundation in one day. On Sunday, we took care of all that had to do with the placement of the beams and panels and leave the entire structure assembled so that yesterday, the third day, we could finish the roof and deliver it in conditions so that Mistress Yadira could inhabit it.
The beneficiary of the house told Teleislas News that she's extremely grateful because she has been asking for years for help from the government and non-governmental entities to be able to have a decent roof to live under, a dream that was fulfilled today.
And they said to me, Miss Andy sent me here to see your house, because then he tell me how your house is bad, and we see on Facebook and see how it is bad. And then come out, and I never shame, I carry them in and I show them the whole thing, how everything there. And then tell me, in less than 3 months time, they come back. And I was more surprised to see the people then come with a good heart towards me, and then come and tell me, no worry, we're going to fix you up, we're going to build your house. And when I come back, I tell you, I cry till I never want to cry no more when I see them with the emotion where I get.
It is also worth mentioning that this organization, Techo Colombia, made a bank of materials to continue supporting people who need to adapt their homes and who were affected by the hurricanes.
Hello, here are the best sports of the islands. With the presence of the old glories of baseball, the campus of the Loma Roots Baseball Training School was inaugurated. This school has been formed by the perseverance and dedication of Professor Laudine Smith, and which is part of the group of coaches who put their soul to the formation of baseball in the sector of the Hill, which in the past gave great stars of this sport such as Baldo Archibald, Jaime Rodriguez, William Cabeza, Ernesto Steele, Carl Halford, Arthur Farbs, and many others who made history in the island and Colombian baseball. The inauguration included a prayer by Father Marcelino, a tribute to the outstanding baseball heroes, a ribbon cutting ceremony, a toast, and a refreshment. The Secretary of Sport, Alberto Olivares, expressed his satisfaction with the invitation of this inauguration.
It is something very special for me to be here at this inauguration of this training school, Loma Roots, which was one of the teams that Governor Everett Harkins helped travel to the United States to participate in the championship aspiration of these athletes. This is an organization that has set a good example of how to build a training school. I am proud to be here today at the invitation of Ms. Laudine. On behalf of the Secretariat of Sports and Governor Everett Harkins Shreen, we will continue to support this club as it deserves, helping to continue training young people for the future of our sport here on the island.
In a joint effort by the Departmental Football League, the Colombian Football Federation, and the football, C licenses were granted to island coaches in football. The delivery of the C license to soccer coaches was conducted by the members of the Departmental Soccer League, headed by its president, Dr. Lyle Newell. The virtual training to obtain the C license was directed to the soccer coaches based on the minor category between 6 to 12 years old, granted by the Colombian Soccer Federation. The manager of the Soccer League, Maria Camila Raigosa, told us more detail.
Today we were delivering cards for the C licenses regularization course, which was done by 20 coaches during the year 2020 in support with the Colombian Soccer Federation. The amateur division of Colombian soccer, the football, along with the Departmental League of Soccer in favor of the development of island soccer, can deliver today these licenses so that everything is in cooperation for the soccer players here on the island.
Very good the management of the Departmental League of Soccer so that these coaches have been trained for the benefit of the small soccer players of the Insular Department.